Let's go live. Peace. Peace. Hold on, man. Sometimes there be stuff that just be bugging. Let me switch that. Peace, y'all. Peace, 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 family. We in the building. I think we live. Hopefully class will be just kind of insightful and just kind of reinforcing some of the things that we talked about today. So let me or previous class. So let me get this situated on IG. I'm gonna get this one situated. I think we live on here. Peace, y'all. On IG, checking connection over here. All right, peace, y'all. We in the building. Yeah. Um, drop a let me see. Drop a one in the chat if y'all ready to set the new year in 2025. 15 1 1 1 on fire. It's going to be a really exciting year for the next year. So hopefully everybody's doing well. We're going to get situated in about 1 to 2 minutes. We'll just let people come in if they want to come in. If not, this class will be recorded as well. And we'll talk about some things that I think might be insightful. Let's see what's going on. Y'all in the building. All right. Let's see. You in the building. Peace. You in the building. Peace. Peace, God. You in the building. All right. Let's see. Yeah, y'all. I mean, y'all ready for this new year? Because, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a really, really dope year. In 2025 and beyond in 15, 1, 1, 1. It's going to be freaking dope, right? Peace to the guy. You in the building. Peace, God. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, if you want to see the slides that I'm going to be showing, they're going to be on YouTube. So just FYI for y'all. Peace, peace, peace. You in the building. Yeah. Let's get started because I know I'll be telling y'all I'll be trying to keep class short. So let me pull up my screen and then we'll dive right into it. Hopefully y'all doing well out here. All right, y'all. Y'all already know. So today's topics, we're going to talk about the UNDRIP and federal recognition and can international law support domestic advocacy? And also we're going to talk about investing opportunities as well that I think are worth looking into. Some which I've done. And then we'll just have Q&A at the end like normal. We could talk about anything that, y'all want to, y'all in the building. Yo, peace, peace, peace. Y'all in the building. Peace. Yo, you in the building. But yeah, definitely. I think this will be it's a continuation of or building on top of what we talked about in last class, but there's also going to be some just kind of insightful information that I think will be helpful for the fam bam in the building. You in the building. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all on IG. Y'all already know. YouTube. But before we get into class, we got a few announcements, right? Y'all already know the announcements. So we have the yearly fast in December, and then we have the honor ball. So those who have paid your dues, right? The entry is free. So be sure to pay your dues. Last date is November 1st, y'all. Hit that hit that button. Yeah. Peace, y'all. Peace. God, yo, I gotta get with you, so I gotta call you. But yeah, we got the Aboriginal powwow up in April 19th through the 21st, 2025, and then we obviously have the Aboriginal Summit in August 2025. Right? There's gonna be more stuff. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really dope this year, y'all. So get ready. All right. Let me make sure you good. Y'all good. All right. So we got the Aboriginal Power, like I showed y'all. Here are the ticket prices. Here's what comes with it. April 18th through the 19th, or through the 21st, right? Then if you want to get a jurist certification, right, you can go through me, through Shabazz Associates, which you'll get credentialed through Aboriginal University, get the books, all that stuff, and potential use of the software. Speed Cosmo Show. For those who are interested in doing the Speed Cosmo Show, where we have it all laid out and stuff like that. So definitely you can participate in this too. All right. And then also for the Cosmology Committee as well, Minister Yogi has put this out there for those who are interested in being a part of the committee. They did a meeting today but it was recorded. And so just fill out the committee interest intake form. And that way you can get plugged into what the cosmology division of the Congress is doing. There's other committees that are going on as well. You can also fill out the intakes for those as well for the different committees. So it's worth looking into if you want to actually just get involved and do more stuff, right? All right. Now that we're done with the announcements, right? All right. So federal recognition and UNDRIP. Now I know most people are like, what's like UNDRIP? So it's the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, right? Hold on. What? Let me. Can my daughter participate in Speed Cosmos show from Atlanta? Yeah. So hold on. Let me circle back. I'll circle back before I go finish it. So the Speed Cosmos show is going to be done in two different forms. One is going to be done online, meaning like we'll set aside some time and do it on via YouTube, but we'll also do it in person at the powwow as well, right? So there's an opportunity to do it online as well as in person. So that's why we say for people who want to fill out the intake, they can fill out the intake if they want to participate in this, right? So I put the link in the chat and then I'll flash it on the screen as well. And I'll just kind of leave it there for a little bit. But yeah, we're going to do two different versions. So it's going to be in person as well as, online as well. So we'll have two different versions of that. So hopefully that makes sense and that answers your question, family. All right. Federal recognition. So we already talked about this last class period. Like I said, that's when the federal, the federal government, the BIA, provides some form of federal recognition to a particular tribe, recognizing their rights, their ability to self-govern themselves and manage their resources and lands and stuff like that. But in contrast to the UNDRIP, it emphasizes basically on indigenous people's rights, which a lot of the times is being violated. Most of the time it is. And that's really the issue. And so this is really supposed to be an international document that's supposed to be enforced, but you'll find out in certain places, in certain countries that, they hear it, but there's like, we don't really want to honor it, in a nutshell. So that's really the issue, right? So like we talked about, so there's the international law used as a tool for domestic advocacy. So basically with this UNDRIP, it's putting pressure on these politicians, on their morale and how they're actually been mistreating, quote unquote, Aboriginal people of North America specifically. And that's what we want to focus the discussion on. And again, it's not a legally binding contract for the U.S., unfortunately, but it provides some type of insight of a tool for indigenous people to seek some form of recognition or acknowledgement that, hey, you have been mistreating us, and here's documentation that shows that, which is why the IPA, ARNA, and stuff like that is there, right? And it also has an amplifying voice for quote unquote Black tribes. That's how they classify, but truly indigenous people is what I'm referring to. And so this is a platform that kind of sets an international stage and lets the world know that, hey, we are actually telling you who we are. Hold on, isn't there an American UNDRIP? Oh, you said is there American UNDRIP? You're gonna have to rephrase that. But as far as like the declaration rights for indigenous people, when we're talking about UNDRIP, there's the U.S. acknowledges it, but it's not a legally binding contract for them. So basically, at the end of the day, they can adhere to it if they choose to, but it's not legally binding for them to even do it. There's no agreement, nothing like that in place, even though it's on an international scale, and the U.S. is an international entity that does business with different countries. So the whole point of this document is really to lay out what are the rights for indigenous people and how can that be utilized in no matter what part of the world you're at. And this is the whole point. It's supposed to amplify no matter what. So does a domestic U.S. declaration rights? That I don't know. I don't recall. But let me double check. So give me a second. Let's see. No. I guess there is. There is. So I guess the American Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's true. Um, but even still, then I don't even think that these people are even. It's not a binding agreement to the U.S. And this was drafted. I believe this was adopted 2016. But even then, you can still see that based off of the behavior of the United States and how they've been operating, that they don't even adhere to it because they're still stealing indigenous people's land, regardless of them being federally recognized or not. And then also they've been basically mistreating, denationalizing, uh, performing acts of genocide that is still taking place on indigenous people. So yeah, you're right. There is American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, but what's happening is that they're not even following it at all. So this is supposed to be laying out the human rights, but they're not even following it, and that's really the issue. Is that, and yeah, you're right. That's why I'm good with that. So yeah. You're right. Exactly. That whole department need to go. And the people that they keep putting in there is a problem. So, and that's why, like, though that those documents are in place on a domestic level and international level, they're basically ignoring it because it's not a legally binding contract for them. Like, okay, we hear it, but it's not legally binding. There is no contract in place that's going to bind us to even do it. And even if there was, we would still ignore it. That's the type of mentality that these people in these particular positions that sit in these particular roles are behaving. And you could tell by the policies that they're passing and the laws that they're enforcing and things of that nature. So the whole point is that these things are supposed to be an amplifying voice to actually provide. Hold on, what's going on? This is like almost dying. Yeah, I think it's about to die. Hold on, y'all. It's always something. Let's see if we can keep it from dying, y'all, over here. All right, so hopefully that makes sense, y'all. I know people keep saying, well, why are we doing the recognition process? I think that's a key critical component because not only do we already have the self-determination already perfected through ARNA via the IP, and also having the IPA underneath it, but we're also going through a whole nother process with a whole nother entity that's going to go through the BIA. And so you see that tribes like the Gullah tribe are struggling to actually get these recognitions because they're like, is there really history for y'all? I don't know. Maybe y'all from somewhere else. And they're literally rewriting history for these groups of people, which is the same thing that they've done for Black Americans. They've literally written the history. And we've talked about this before, so I'm just kind of laying out what it actually is that the UN is supposed to do. And we'll go into the specific articles that I want to highlight and focus in on. But these are the issues that we face. Land rights is the big one. I know y'all saw the land that we acquired within Region 6, another one. But these are the issues. Like literally, they have been stripping land from indigenous people for many years illegally or legally because some people don't know what they're selling into. And so that's really the issue. So, and then Article 26 of the UNDRIP affirms that indigenous people have the right to land, territories traditionally owned, occupied, or otherwise used. That's key component. But the big thing is you got to tell them who you are, because if you're saying, I'm Black, I'm African American, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, continue to be denationalized, going along with the game plan. So for people who want to remain a 14th Amendment citizen, this is what you're losing. You're losing literally what was already there for you. Oh yeah, that's a win. That's a win for the tribe, really. At the end of the day, we just got to continue to do that collectively as a whole. Continue to do that as a whole, right? That's why local jurisdictions is key. Just getting active and doing the things that we got to do, right? The big thing also is like the heritage part too, is because they tell you who you are, and they don't actually preserve your language. They're trying to wipe out all the language, all the culture, and say, nah, you don't even have culture. Actually, your culture, you got it from somewhere else. When in reality, they got your culture and try to spin it as if it was their own. So again, human rights is what the UNDRIP is supposed to be for, right? Man, this is key right here. The FPIC principle, which is free, prior, informed consent, which requires governments to obtain consent, which we know they're not obtaining at all before doing anything to the resources. Like, they'll say something in the mail, like let's say like your family had land that was getting mineral rights and you were getting paid on that. They're literally supposed to send you a notice that, hey, we about to modify something and give you proper notice, so that way you like, hey, I can contest that, or wait, I don't agree with that. But they're not doing that most of the time. Most of the time, they're not even letting you know you have land. They're like, oh yeah, we got whatever address on file, blah blah blah. And so these entities, these government things, these government agencies, they're literally, again, not following something that's so simple as providing informed consent that, hey, we're about to do this on your land. Do you give us permission? So again, FPIC is not fully recognized in U.S. law. So again, that's the issue. I mean, it's not a legally binding contract, right? So we won't spend too long on this, but I just wanted to kind of like, really the main point is that this is non-binding. That's the issue, right? Even though this is international, it's an international standard for human rights, it's non-binding. And that's the problem. So that kind of gives us a little bit of the framework. So I want to talk about Article 2, where we're talking about indigenous people and individuals are free to equal to all other people, and individuals have the right to be free. And we already know the definition of free. Hold on, you said what? There's something wrong with someone who steals and lie about it like a parasite. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these agencies will they'll literally say, hey, you didn't ever own this land, or we never like there was never a deed in your family's name. And it's like, wait, I see the original deed. Right? Like, here's where my family's name was literally on it. And you were like saying, no. Like, and this is how they're, did you say like, oh man, I'm not even about to say that. I'm not even gonna get that, brother. Never mind. You funny. Yeah, you funny. But yeah, it's true. That type of behavior is no good. But to be free from discrimination, man, you can't even walk outside in the US without being discriminated in some shape or fashion. Watch you try to buy a town, and you being, a Black American, indigenous, Aboriginal, and they're like, what you about to do with that? Nah, you know what? We're not even about to sell it to you. Matter of fact, we're going to give it to somebody else for free. You're like, why would you? And that reminds me of, anyway, I won't even go into that. But these people will literally block and make it difficult for you to even exercise your right to property, to land, and will shield you from opportunity. They're like, I don't know about that. Oh, peace, God, you in the building. Peace. That's the issue. But anyway, let's go on to Article 3. Article 3, indigenous people have the right to self-determination. That's literally what Arna has laid out, the framework, the groundwork, IPA, all this stuff. Political status. Instead of letting people tell you who you are, you're letting the world know who you are. Through your economic pursuits, social, cultural development. And that's literally what these committees in Arna are doing. That's what the whole point of the Arna government is doing, IPA, all the stuff, letting the world know who indigenous people truly are and what we're not going to accept and tolerate, right? And then indigenous people are exercising the right in self-determination, have the right to autonomy or self-government. So when they always say that, hey, this ain't a real government, this is an organization, but it's like, no, this is an actual government, and we're operating as such. But you got to let people know who you are. Don't be scared to let them know that you belong to a tribal government. If for those who are nationalized in ARNA, some people aren't. Some people are on the fence about ARNA, and that's fine. You'll find out when things start to shake up that you go, "Oh, I should have really looked into that ARNA thing." So we talked about this before. All right, and we talked about the nationality, so I won't spend too much time. Here's the one thing that I want to harp on this one, and you'll see why in a second. Have the right to life, physical, mental integrity, right? Indigenous people have the collective right to live in freedom, peace, security, and distinct people shall not be subject to any kinds of acts of genocide or any act of violence, including forcibly removing children from. This is what CPS has been doing in real time. People like this is literally they what do you call it? I lost the word for it, but basically this is their tribal land, and they're removing children, their own children, from that. And we're gonna talk about something that's even worse than that. Y'all seen this before? I'm gonna zoom in on this just in case y'all can see this. This man right here, summoned to court in a whole nother country, Netherlands. For what? Misled the public on this and the safety of it. People are about to start doing time for real. People are about to start being held accountable for the BS that they did 3 years ago, 4 years ago. The whole world has changed, and these things right here, the C-19 acts of genocide in real time. This thing was forced on the whole world, and those who didn't take it, I applaud you. Those who stood firm like us and ARNA, I applaud you. Like, because this was BS, and this was acts of genocide. Literally, they have violated all the laws. They violated the UN, like UNDRIP, all this stuff. They let one man do that, and I know he's not the only one, but you get the point of what I'm saying, right? That's the issue. What'd you say? He said they'll learn when we light years ahead. Man, they finding out that some people are still stuck in 2020. Some people are still stuck in 2008. They're like, man, let it go back to 2008. I'm like, 2008? Man, we are beyond that at this point. Anyway, so you get my drift. Like I said, you're going to see why. And I think there was another case where New York reinstated people back to work. There was another one with the dark transportation system where they are paying each worker that was fired $1 million each for being wrongfully terminated. Like, this stuff is like, everything's coming to light. But this is an example of forcing the world to be, on genocide. So anyway, Indigenous people and individuals have the right to belong to an indigenous community or nation. No discrimination of any kind. So they can't tell you can't belong to ARNA, or they can't tell you can't belong to another indigenous tribe. So when you find out that, hey, yeah, I actually do belong to such and such Cherokee tribe, that tribe cannot discriminate. They're not supposed to. And if they do, that's grounds for a lawsuit. So when you're doing your genealogy, or you have us do your genealogy for you, this stuff is not like, they can't discriminate when they see the proof, when they see the birth certificate, they see the roll number, they see all the little information that they need. So anyway, and then oh man, so for those who are worried about what about peyote, what about lotus, what about CBD? Like, listen, if it's on your reservation in a tribal jurisdiction, you ain't got nothing to worry about at all. It's a whole nother jurisdiction, and UNDRIP reinforces that you can do that type of spiritual work or religious work on your own turf. No problem. You don't have to ask permission. So I just want to talk about some of these things. That's why. And then Article 20, Indigenous people have the right to maintain and develop their political, economic. Let's talk about this political. That's why the IPPP is for, right? The Indigenous Political Peoples Party. Like, we have the right to develop those type of organizations, those structures, those things, those institutions in place in order to protect and reinforce the rights that indigenous people have. So I wanted to make sure we talk about that. And here's the one. Article 24. Indigenous people have the right to traditional medicine. We're not even gonna go any further than that. Literally, when they were trying to tell people in honor that this is not a legitimate doctor, who are y'all to tell what is a legitimate doctor in a tribal jurisdiction? UNDRIP says that you can't do that. But they do that all the time. But if you cave in and say, you know what, I guess you're right. No, you hold them accountable by saying, what are you saying? Are you literally discriminating against that? I can't choose my medicines that I utilize or the tribal doctors that I deal with in our jurisdiction? Crazy. But this is what they do because they think that you don't know what you're talking about. But you got to prove it to them. You got to show them. That's the issue. You got to tell them. Otherwise, they're going to bully you. These people will bully you. So, anyway, what is the whole point of this whole thing, Kojo? You're like, UNDRIP is meant to be paired, especially in the U.S., since they don't even recognize it. So creating plebiscites, more tribal governments is key. And for people to actually know what they're doing, putting people in office to actually pass legislation that's going to actually benefit indigenous people, Black Americans, things of that nature, to focus on really specific issues. That's the key. But if we continue to just kind of sit back, not going to vote, like, voting is no point. There's no point in voting. I don't want to participate in the tribal committees. Why? Because I ain't got time. I'm stressed out about life. You're not going to solve the issues. So that's why it's key, right? I know you're like, Kojo, brother, we already know all this. I know, y'all. I know you know. All right. Have y'all seen this before? This is a BRICS note. Now, I know you're like, brother, this ain't even real. We know this is not a real note. But this was handed to Putin at the BRICS summit. You see the flags of who it is: China, Russia, Brazil, right? India. You see, this is the note in development. This is the banknote that they're developing, that they're going to be utilizing this currency. I'm assuming that, right? Because this was handed to Putin as he was presenting at the BRICS summit. So when we tell you that if these people are moving like that on an international level, why can't we do the same thing? The thing is that we have to, because you can't let these people do what they about to do. They're about to bulldoze you, bully you over, and it's about to be a problem. So, for those who may not know, this is floating out there. This did happen. So anyway, I won't spend too much time on that. All right. Here's what I think the investing opportunity is. You're like, I didn't see this. Settlement, lawsuits, right? Class action lawsuits, right? Why am I bringing this up? This was brought to me by a national, right? And the sister was like, yo, this will be a good thing for people to do, right? And I was like, I didn't even know this is the thing. ATM surcharge settlement. Why? Here's how it generally states. From 2007 to 2024, if you paid a surcharge to withdraw cash from a bank ATM in the U.S., and you were not reimbursed, you could file a claim. Matter of fact, you should file a claim. You know how many people have used ATMs from 2007 to now? There ain't no reason why you should file a claim. Point is that they've already got where Visa and MasterCard have to pay. It's already been settled. It's already a done deal. So I'll share my screen on just like where you can find a lot of this stuff at. I'll show you an example of some of the ones that I just filled out, right? Um, so let me share this. I'll stop that for a second. Hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Let me share this screen real quick. Brave tab. Peace, 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 Trey. You're in the building. Here's an example. Look. National Association of Realtors and Home Service MLS proposed class action lawsuits. Lawsuit filed, class certified, settlement approved. Open for claims. It tells you exactly what you need. All settlements. Or listen, this is what's happening. You see my screen. It tells you who's actually eligible. Potential award is still TBD. All you have to do is show evidence of home sale, evidence of commissions paid, right? So this is, you literally file this, and then I'll share this tab. And then you put the information in, right? So this is an example of like a class action lawsuit but let me share this tab right here. This is a list of all of them. Now, I know some of y'all have done business with some of these people, right? Literally. It's like 6 of them right now, 6 pages worth, right? Allstate, Colombian, Michigan unemployment. So for those who are in Michigan, Region 4, Paycom data breach. For those who you like, listen. So why am I mentioning this? Well, primarily, why am I mentioning is that everybody has a debit card. I know you've had a debit card, and I know, ooh, it said lost connection. Can y'all hear me? It said it lost audio. Let me stop sharing. They out here bugging. Let me remove that from the screen. I know everybody's using an ATM. I know you have a debit card, and I know you gone to an ATM that was not your bank to withdraw cash, and that you paid a surcharge fee of $3, $4, $10, whatever the case is. So it's not a bad deal, and you might as well get what's yours. For those who may like, you know what? I ain't got nothing better to do. It's worth taking 10 minutes out of your time to fill it out, get it done, and that way when it actually finalizes and it's finished, you get paid. You get it's another check that you get, right? Whenever it does come. So it's just another idea, right? I'm proposing it as an idea, right? So we already went through the website. I'm telling you, like, and it has deadlines and stuff like that you want to file too, right? So it's not like it's going to be there forever. Let me see if I can go back in. Let me share this instead. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's not here. Let me search real quick. Type Visa. Interchange fee. Here it is. I can share this tab. Payment interchange fee settlement. Look, it even says right here. Here's another one. I think this is another one. Yeah. January 4th to this is another settlement. Actually, payment card interchange. So this one, if you took a MasterCard or Visa debit card anytime, you may be eligible to recover money charges. And there's another one that I thought was a really good one as far as the, I think this is the business one, right? Let me make sure this is the business one. So they have this one, and they also have the business one. So that was the other one too that you can find on this website. I can't really see it right now. This came out 3 days ago. But if you have a business and you have it where, let's say you're using Stripe, using Square, whatever, and they're taking surcharges. They're charging you a surcharge fee for the person to swipe, and then they get a percentage. I think there's a current lawsuit, a settlement lawsuit going on right now that I think, especially for those who were doing business even within ARNA, within that time frame or before ARNA, I think it started like in 2004 to like, I think 2020 or 2019. You should fill it out because the amount of charges that people were getting just to get paid from a transaction is crazy because they were charging a crazy amount. Like, it's worth looking into. That's what I'm telling you. I filled it out. I've done it. I'm not putting anything that I'm not doing because that's just free money left on the table. And all you got to invest is your time. You gotta have. Also, I think you also have to make sure you have the proof that you were in business. I think for the other one. But let me see. Oh, somebody told you in a drink? Goodness gracious. I mean, I think he's already being exposed currently, by just the actions that he's doing, right? So everything's gonna comes to the light, right? So you went fast forward in time. You traveled to the future. So yeah, that's crazy though. But yeah, what y'all think about that? Have y'all done something like this? I know this is real because I know people who have done this before in the past and they've seen a check in the mail. So I know you're like, ooh, Kojo, I thought you was gonna hit us with another heavy hitter. Listen, I'm telling y'all, especially for those who have owned a home, this is another one. Like I said, they got several. I did it with yeah. See, I did it with TikTok. You fucking right. So it's worth looking into because that's another thing that you could take. You could take that quote unquote cash, whatever it is for what value it is, and then basically turn it into buying a business, buying land, right? That's the whole point. You take the cash and you buy some assets with it. So maybe this could be startup capital for some people, right? The idea is that you want to make sure that, again, if you had a business during that time, and it's like so there's other class action lawsuits, but if you go to top class action, you'll see all the stuff that they have open, and it's worth just browsing with and knocking the ones that you're eligible for. Some of them are not worth it. I think I seen one from like the club bar, $50. I said, "Ooh, no, that's not worth the time." So be sure to look at the stuff that's like, it's actually worth the time. That actually has payments and stuff like that. Peace, y'all. Peace. You in the building. Yeah. What questions y'all got, y'all? Like I said, I try to keep this quick because I know y'all got stuff to do. And yeah, we just try to make it informal. Let me see. Some of y'all over here testimony. I just got one in the mail, and I'm gonna file my claim. This confirmation, do my homework and see what. I'm telling you, 4,200. See, you could take that 4,200, buy some land, cash, or you could do the payments, whichever one, or you could buy a property. Let me see. Yeah, seriously. Is Cash App and PayPal? Cash App has their own separate one actually going on right now. And I think that one for the Cash App one was like if you lost money because something was happening with the breach or it was down or something was happening between this time frame. I think we could even look it up. I think it's on there. Let me look. Let me see. Cash App. Let's see, because I remember seeing that one. It just came out. It was like where is it though? Let's see, Cash App class. All right, here's this one. So if y'all can see my screen, it says right here, you may be eligible Cash App Investing, LLC, but you need to act. Here's what it says. There's a court, a case number for this. Basically, including payments out of pocket, losses, lost time, transaction losses from the settlement, you must submit it. So let me see. Here's another one. So yeah, this is I think it was a data security incident. So this one, it says blocking, investing, contested these claims and deny. So yeah, here's one for Cash App. And I think you're right that there is one for PayPal. So let's check it. PayPal class. Let's see. Oh, I think this one's already filed. So yeah, according to this one, this was already filed. And I think there was one for Facebook too, as well. That was last year. So let me stop sharing that. Ooh, hold on. Y'all killing me. You would have gotten an email alert about former employee messing with, yeah. And that's the proof that you need, because like it can't just be like you're filing these class action lawsuits because, or being a part of it, you need the proof too. So in order to have a claim, you actually have to be impacted by it. So you have to, they're going to ask you for that. So like with the example that I was showing y'all with the real estate one, they said if there was a sole property and it was listed on the MLS and there was a commission, I have all that data. I know that happened. I have the paperwork. So that's easy. And it was a time frame of when and when. I know that because I sold a home in 2022. So yeah. So I would qualify. So, but you have to have the proof. I can't just say, yeah, I want to participate, but you ain't never owned a home. Right? You gotta actually have the stuff. So for Cash App, yeah. It says PayPal was freezing people's accounts and holding. Yeah, they still do that because they be doing that to me. Which is why I'm not. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say too much about that. But yeah, you're right. They're freezing people's accounts and holding their money hostage. Sometimes they be like, "Yeah, prove that this is your account." And I'm like, "Yo, y'all know this has been my account for more than 5 years. Why are y'all asking me to prove that this is my account?" Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, PayPal, they're doing that. So, but yeah, hopefully that was clear on that. Hopefully that makes sense, y'all. I'll knock this out and then I'll let y'all go to y'all's thing. Y'all know I always do this. Make yourself the priority, y'all. Like some people are out here getting sick, COVID spreading around or whatever is spreading around like a rapid, bunny rabbit on crack. Get your C-Rona. You can get it from the She-Wave Clinic. You can get it at Aboriginal Medical Association or any of the tribal doctors, right? The idea is that you want to take care of yourself. People out here hacking away, and they're not even covering their mouth, and that's just the air, and it's spreading. So you need to protect yourself. You also need to take care of your health. You need to manage your stress better. We can definitely help you with that. Make your health a priority, y'all. And on that note, I remember you said, I remember Dr. Ali. Remember Dr. Ali made a post. Yeah, swear to God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They held his money. Literally. Thank you for the yeah. I'm telling y'all, like, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I said, I sold a property at 2. I was like, hold on. And it was listed on the MLS. So there's other different class action lawsuits, but you want to make sure that it's actually worth filling out and participating in. That's the big thing. So what else y'all got? IG, y'all good? YouTube, y'all good? Y'all know I don't keep y'all long. We get straight to the point. I'll give it one more minute or so, if there's no questions on just kind of the topic material. And I think there was a recommendation within the committee on some economic focus. So I think that's what we're gonna focus on that for the next class is the economic portion. I have to review that stuff, and this is me answering you, Simi, because I saw that message. I was like, oh man, I got to get back to that, brother, and review it. So let me review it, and then we'll do a class on the economic portion on that specific thing that you sent over, and then we can expand upon it too. That way, it'd be good for just everybody in general. So, y'all good though? Yeah, I'm about to drink my. I think I'll be playing. I got see Rona in here. I'll be drinking mine. You know, you're not gonna see me hacking out here. But yeah, y'all. If y'all good, we out of here. So hit us on IG, hit us on the email if y'all have questions or issues, y'all got legal questions and stuff like that. And we'll see y'all next week for class. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. And y'all be good, y'all. We love y'all. Peace. We out. We out.